Bob.
Bob. Okay, Bob. All right.
30 seconds, all quiet.
Kaotic Radio World Premiere.
The Black Lung, the Black Lung Show, 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 and starting fucking now.
That's right. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world famous chaoticradio.com. I'm your host, Ryan Pena. I'm joined in studio again, as always now, and hopefully forever, with my lovely assistant, my engineer extraordinaire, Rachel. How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm doing great. I got to say, let me start off with the bad shit real quick first. Just to get it out of the way. I hate doing this kind of stuff. I know my friend's not listening because he doesn't like punk rock. He's one of my coworkers. Punk rock doesn't pay the bills at all, right? So you guys, if you guys listen to the station, you guys know that there's an ad on there for a pest control company. You guys can hear it. That's what I do. That's what I do in my regular boring life. Besides playing in a band and hosting this wonderful fucking show, where I get to bring you guys the best bands in the world. I manage the pest control side of a pest control company, and the other side is the termite side. So if you're in the Inland Empire, you might have seen this on the news on Friday. My partner Kevin Drysdale, he manages the termite division of our company. His son was killed in a auto racing accident. He was street racing down in Riverside, 19 years old, and I knew the kid, man. It's fucking tragic, you know. So I just want to say my condolences to him in case he ever checks out the show, if he watches it on YouTube. I'm a father as well. I got a bunch of fucking kids. I keep getting more. I know it sounds weird, but I'm a foster parent, and so I have kids coming into the house. I got two of my own, and I've got a rotating door of kids that come into my house, So I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say to the cat, just I'm sorry,
No, there's nothing to say, man.
Right. It's terrible, But let me say this: if you guys are listening to this shit, to this radio show, and I'm not sure how many punk rockers or rockers or rude boys or rockabillys, that are listening to this that are into street racing. But if you are, fucking cut that shit out. There's nothing fucking cool about that whatsoever. And as badass as you think you are, you can have a terrible accident, and unfortunately, this young man's life was taken, at an early age. I mean, shit, he wasn't even old enough to have a beer yet. God damn it, man. He's 19 years old. So my heartfelt condolences to the Drysdale family. We're all thinking about you. Anyway, so I got that out of the way. Back to the good stuff. We were talking about kids. My foster daughter just graduated high school. I feel fucking old.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
That's awesome.
She got accepted to Cal State San Bernardino. That's where I live, the most beautiful city in Southern California. And if you've never been to San Bernardino, I'm fucking joking. The place is a fucking hellhole. But anyway, I got a great show for you guys today because back in studio it's been a while. My good friend, one of the guys I respect a lot in the punk rock community, Bob.
Hey everybody,
how you
glad
doing,
to be
bud?
here. I'm feeling
Bob
awesome,
is here
man.
from the Grim.
Yay, Bob!
Thank you.
And then also, we got just sitting in the studio. He didn't know he was going to be on the show, but that's how we run things. We got Ron from the Broken Patron Saints.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome, man. I just that's cool that you foster kids, man. I love that, man. I'm an adopted child, man. So
really,
yeah, props to all that, man.
Awesome.
That's freaking awesome, man.
Well, look. Let me say this. Before everyone started, I don't like taking credit for a lot of stuff. My wife grew up in the system herself, and if you actually watch The Decline of the Civilization Part 3, the Penelope Spheres documentary series, She was actually in part 3. She was one of the homeless punk rock teenagers, and you can actually see her a couple times in there. So it was my wife's dream to foster kids, and I'll say this: it's fucking challenging, man.
bet.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
I
crazy.
can imagine.
It's nuts, man. I mean,
Tough enough raising your own. I can tell you that from
Exactly.
experience.
Exactly, and not one of the foster kids that have had like punk rock.
That's too bad.
Not even fucking close, man. And they make me feel old, and I trip out all the time because they're using I don't know how these kids talk nowadays. They use words like fleek and ratchet and fucking. You know what that shit? Have you heard this crap? Right? I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Anyway, listen. Thanks for tuning into the show. As always, thanks to everyone that listens to the show. Thanks for all the bands that have been on the show, all the bands that are going to be on the show. We've got a lot of guests coming on the show. I'm very excited. Rachel's actually helping me book, which is really fucking nice because with foster kids and my own band and my crazy job, I'm busy, and getting people in here in the studio that are good. You've got to be a good band to be on the show. If your band sucks, I'm sorry for you. That's the only rule. We can swear, we can have a good time. We can have a couple of adult cocktails here in the studio. The studio is growing, right? We're opening up a green room. What do you think, Bobby?
I freaking love it, man. This place is awesome.
Not bad, right? It's a lot.
Cameras
different than last
everywhere. It's a good time.
Yeah, everybody,
man.
wait. We're on YouTube.
They let you put stickers on their brand new refrigerator. I got no complaints.
All right. We got a phone call already, Rachel? Or are you just talking to yourself?
I'm searching. So yes, we have Tim, the singer from the Grimm. He is on.
Hey,
live.
Tim, how you
All right,
doing?
hang on. Hold on.
How's it going, you guys?
Hey, we're doing good, Tim.
Tim, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. Who's this?
This is Ryan. I'm the host of the Black Lung Show.
Hey, Ryan. How are you, buddy?
I am good, man.
A little hot.
I would love it, man, if you guys would actually come down here in the studio and join me with your bandmate Bob. But I understand things are busy, but this is a pretty cool place we got going on here
Oh,
in
hell
Rancho
yeah.
Cucamonga.
Is it pretty cool, Bob? You having fun?
Oh yeah, having a blast. I understand you have bands playing down here too, live before.
We've had some bands play acoustically in
Right
here
on.
and stuff like that.
Wow.
We're trying to expand it to where we can actually have some bands come in because you can't do punk rock
Yeah.
acoustically.
No, you
it
can't.
It doesn't translate.
Yeah, we actually have the soundboard now. So
What?
yeah,
Awesome.
so people have been plugging in.
Oh, very cool.
See, I don't even know what the fuck's going on my own goddamn show.
Where you at right now, Bob? What town?
Rancho
Cucamonga.
Cucamonga.
Oh, is that down by that record store down there? I forget the name of that store
We
down
are
there.
right down the street from Doctor Strange, and look at you, segue like a motherfucker, right there. Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
Doctor Strange Records, the greatest record store in the universe. He gives us a lot of records that I spin here on the show as well, in between interviewing bands.
The Doc, he's good like that. I went down there. A few months ago, he had a original first pressing of the first Red Cross record with a song that I know that Bob Odie likes a lot, and that's Got the Hits.
Oh yeah.
And I went down there and I picked it up. He saved it for me. I was very thankful for the Doc.
Bill is the man. He's been here on the
Totally.
show several times, and we love plugging that. So, all right, since I got you on the phone right now, just so you know, all right, this radio show that I do, the Black Lung Show, every week I try to bring in different bands and bands that I've listened to or I played with because I play myself, bands that I respect, and I want to introduce the listening audience to bands that they might not normally get the chance to hear. You know what I mean? If you listen to terrestrial radio, goddamn, Metallica's all right, I guess, but I can't fucking hear Metallica and Led Zeppelin fucking over and over again. I want to hear some good bands, and Rodney is not doing his show on K-Rock anymore, and that's how I got introduced to a lot of this stuff back in the 80s.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
He was
so-
the first one to play the Grimm.
Was he really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
Very first song. Oh, boy. Okay, well, that's how my brain works. But anyway, yeah. Anyway,
Bob and I drove the record down there and dropped it off, and on the way home, he was playing it.
yeah, it was so badass. I mean, it was just a kick in the ass.
I can't believe that.
And-
I can't believe that they canceled the show.
No,
That's-
I mean, that was just complete disrespect. That's all I can say right there.
It is,
man.
right? It
It
would be
is.
like, And I never talk about sports. I mean, it would be like the Dodgers firing Vin Scully.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah,
the
you just don't
fucking-
do that.
The voice of the fucking company.
No.
I wish, Rodney, I know he's not listening to the show, but dude, you could have a show here on Kaotic any fucking time you want. I'm gonna try to get him. I'm gonna try to get him on the show. Let's see
That
what-
would be killer. I'll
He's
tell you
doing
what.
his. I just read. He's doing his last show tonight from 12 midnight tonight on K Rock until 4 in the morning. This is the last one tonight.
Oh, I thought it was last week.
No, it's
it's
tonight.
tonight.
They gave him an extra hour.
Oh, is
What
that
I
right?
understand, yeah.
Oh, well, I announced it last week. Well, see, I always.
It's on the. It's all over the internet right now. Yeah, tonight's the night.
Well, then
Last one for Rodney.
everyone's going to check that out. So listen, let's talk about the Grim a little bit. We're going to talk about the Grim a lot. You guys.
Well, I
started-
mean, actually, the Grim wouldn't be a lot of places without Rodney. He used to play us a lot and really helped out our band a lot. So definitely cheers to Rodney on the rock. But he was definitely the start of the band. He helped us out a lot.
Yep. And we were 10th most requested song at one point with Saipan Death March. We had all our friends calling in and everything like that, and that was on his top 10 list or whatever. We made it on there. So
That's
we were
awesome.
He was definitely the start. And then we used to play the. I was like 15. We used to play the Cafe de Grand a lot, and Don Bowles from the Germs was the
sound man.
the front of house sound man, and he turned us on to Mystic, and it just kept everything. It's been rolling ever since. It hasn't really stopped. It's been a big part of mine and Bob's life, our whole
Absolutely.
lives. These songs keep going.
All right, well, Tim, hang on a second, okay? I'm going to mute you for a second because what I need to do now, before we continue with the show, we got to let the listening audience hear the Grim, and we're going to be playing your brand new 7-inch that just came out, Cop Killer, and we're also streaming on YouTube too, so you can always check this out later. You can see the YouTube stream for this show, and this is, if I'm holding it up right now for the camera so everybody see. The 7-inch is called Cop Killer. It's a new release from the Grim, but we've got to let the kids know who the Grim is and what they started. So since we've been talking about Rodney, since we've been talking about what was the track that you guys had that was the most requested?
That was Saipan Death March.
Saipan Death March. All right, Tim, hang on a second because we're going to play some fucking music right now. You guys are listening to the Black Lung Show on the world famous chaoticradio.com. Here's some old school punk rock from California punk rock veterans of Grim. This is Saipan Death March.
President Truman, with great respect, I regret to inform you, Saipan has fallen. The enemy awaits our surrender. Does God forgive the sins of war? Forgive me.
The Grim on the world famous chaoticradio.com. You're listening to the Black Lung Show. That was Saipan Death March. Man, I was playing some of your music, Bob, and Tim, you're still on the line, right, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. He sounds so excited. Fucking A.
I'm at work. I'm at work too.
Oh, all right.
I had to put the phone down.
Oh, all right. Well, I think you know the song. You guys have been playing it for a while.
Hell yeah.
I think I've heard it a lot.
All right. So
Sorry about that.
no, that's all right. That's all right. So that was one of the most requested songs on Roddy on the Rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
How cool does that fucking feel, man? Because as a musician myself, I mean, I don't know. I always tell people, like, I've got a bucket list, and I've never had any of my music played on there. And for you guys to have that, I mean, how does that just...
It meant so much because Rodney turned us on to all the music they were listening to. I mean, the Germs. I never would have, I don't think I would have been exposed to the Germs if it wasn't for Rodney. The Sex Pistols, all these bands. So it meant a great deal to us.
See, I'm glad you said that, because he introduced, not only you guys, but to me and everybody else, from our generation, to Blondie, to the Sex Pistols.
No,
I mean, he was
all
the one playing
those bands.
Yeah,
and China White, but not just punk rock though. I mean, he covered a lot of different genres. I guess the Go-Go's were a punk band at one time. I went to see him at the Starwood, so they really were a punk band at one time. But the Go-Go's, some of these bands that he brought out, it was just unbelievable. And of course, he was even really doing the Monkees thing like way back when. So
yeah. Well, again, we could name a bunch of bands. I mean, one of the things I used to do is I used to get remember the Rodney on the Rock compilations he used to put out, right?
Right.
So that was the first time I heard Nina Hagen. That was the first time I heard the Clan, and that was a compilation that was the very first time I heard Channel 3.
Yeah.
And fuck.
God, I love Channel 3.
I do too, absolutely.
That is one of my most favorite punk bands. They've actually been here in studio, and that was one of the best days of my life, to interview Channel 3, because they're so down to earth. They're just cool as shit. And their music is fucking amazing.
It is. And those compilations were Posh Boy Records, And then the tie-in there is, when I was in Glue Gun, Posh Boy did our first record.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, there's a whole tie-in there. Trust me. Rodney helped so many bands. Yeah,
right.
It's unbelievable how many bands, and just being on his show, it was huge. It was very exciting.
For us back then, it was it was Rodney helping us, and then Mystic Records, and then also it wasn't like how it is today. Everything's instant gratification. We had to go to Flipside. Flipside magazine was key to us. We got interviewed in Flipside a couple times, and that really helped out the band a lot. And Flipside and Maximum Rock and Roll really led us to out-of-town shows, to really introducing the Grimm to the punk rock scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad. I want to do this because it always kind of goes awry on my radio show, because I don't plan any questions out. But I like asking the bands on my show as like a musician to another musician. I mean, I'm a little bit younger than you cats. You know what I mean? When you guys started off, what was it, 83?
Yeah.
83.
Tim was 15 years old.
Well, I was 6, man. So I didn't start playing in bands until the 90s, and so I'm a decade behind you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys, when you guys first started off, right? Help paint a picture for me, because we're coming out of the 70s, right? You got the disco bullshit, and the California punk rock scene is starting to take off. How did you guys start the Grimm in the early 80s? How did you guys all come together to form a band?
Yeah, I had another band that I had been playing in high school with. We had our drummer quit the band, and Tim was at the show, and he was so into it.
I was at band practice. You took me to your band practice. Yeah, that was what it was.
And Tim came to our band practice, and we were like, "Hey, we need a singer," and it was like, "There's a mic, man, grab it," And,
it was weird. And then I played your Battle of the Bands with the lyrics in my hand in front of 400 people.
Yeah, it was.
Holy shit!
They called it a hootenanny. It was at Crespi High School, and we played that thing. And with almost no rehearsing involved, we went and played. And our friends unplugged the band before us twice during their set because they were like this metal band. They had Marshall Stacks. They were a really great band. They came out with Fog and everything, and our friends went and unplugged them. We didn't know that at the time. I found this out much year later. Yeah, so they unplugged them twice. The guy threw the microphone on the ground and took his guitar off and said, "Screw Crespi," and then like we were on. you know. And
What was Bob? Was that the Bang Tango guys? Or
Yeah.
no, that was my high school. The Battle of the Bands.
No, that was
Bang Tango.
that was yours. No, this was just I don't even remember the name of the band, but they had spandex pants and long hair and the whole deal, you know. And they were basically going to blow us away, and that's why they put us right after them. I mean, it was going to be embarrassing for us. And luckily, we got up there, and our bass player at the time said, "Hey, no matter what happens, we're going to try and have a nice guy attitude." And people started cheering and cheered through our entire set, which was miserably bad, but we had a great time. And the fact that we just survived, you know, survived a little 3-song set, we were like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to us, you know? And we just kept it going after that. It's just funny. We did parties, a lot of backyard parties, and I'm talking 400 or 500 people at these backyard parties in the valley. It's not, you know, it was just amazing. And then we got Tim was great on the telephone, man. He got on the phone and got us shows on Dollar Night at the Cathay de Grand, and you know, and then we were set. You know?
That's where it all started, basically.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
It just kept going though, and it's still going, and we're having a good time with it.
Oh,
absolutely.
And I'm very glad for that because I'm a fan of the band, and I'm glad to be talking to you guys. And so let's talk some more history, so that the kids, I'd say kids, but you know, whoever's listening. This record that I'm holding, because I'm a big Posh Boy fan. You know, I've had Channel 3 here. I've had Simple Six. You know, a lot of the Shattered Faith. A lot of these great bands from the early California scene. And one of the things I can say about you guys is that, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was letting some of the guys in my band listen to you guys' music. And I was like, dude, I got the fucking Grim on my show. It's gonna be fucking rad. And I started playing their music, and they were like, man, that sounds like Southern California punk rock.
Yeah.
Right?
We did. You know,
Yeah.
I think we were kind of lucky, actually, because we were in that studio. It was a little 16-track studio. It was very outdated at the time. That was Mystic, you know. And but we were lucky. We had this guy, Steve, doing the engineering, and he pulled it off. I don't know. And we did it so fast, too. I mean, it was just a couple of hours, man. We weren't in there a long time.
Well, that's punk rock.
You know? And it was just like, you know, we just did it. And you know, I guess my only regret at the time was that we didn't do any really much guitar leads. We were going to bring in a couple of guys, and you know, they were busy or for whatever reason. We just said, I could go ahead, you know, put it out the way it is, and it just.
Yeah, I think leaving it like that made it raw.
I think so too. It was very raw.
It is, and that
we were so young. It was.
Well, that goes back to my point. What I was saying when I was playing the music for the guys in my band, you know, and. You know, just seeing them, you know, that like perk up, like, oh shit, that sounds like the early '80s California punk rock scene.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And you can hear bands like I'm a big fan of punk rock from all over the world, right? So you got the English bands, you know, and the Sex Pistols, the Damned, all that kind of stuff, and you got the New York style, you've got the Ramones, you've got New York Dolls, and you've got the Chicago bands, you've got Naked Raygun.
Yeah.
But California, man, I mean, Channel 3, Black Flag, Social Distortion. Were you guys playing with all those guys back in the day?
Yes.
Totally.
It was so fun, too.
We were playing with the Circle Jerks. We played with Channel 3 a lot. We're still playing with Channel 3.
Yeah.
And
Circle Circle One, where, you know, we had 2 shows lined up with Circle One this summer. I mean, you know, it's a dream come true.
But back then, we got to play with everybody back then. Definitely. We got to play with GBH.
On their equipment, that was pretty cool too.
Wow.
Yeah, they let us play on. They looked at our equipment and said, "Hey guys, why don't you just play on ours?" And we were like, "Hell yeah!" You know.
That's right. See, I live vicariously through some of you guys because, like, I said I was too young back then, and that's the music that I love. You know, that's the stuff that inspires me. So, is it a trip to see like your friends that you were playing with back then become these bands now that, you know, these kids like idolize? Like,
well, check out NoFX, man. We took them on tour with us, and you know, they were opening for us on our first tour, and I mean, oh my God, you know,
they're huge.
They're huge.
Isn't that weird?
It's bizarre, yeah.
I had the Generators here in studio a while ago, and you know, those guys were also in that band Schlep Rock. And they were telling me that, you know, yeah, we took Green Day on tour with us, and fucking look at them now, you know? Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
it is
totally.
weird. Yeah.
What a trip, man! What a trip.
I mean, we used to play shows honestly up at Gilman Street where it would be. We played with Bad Religion and NoFX a lot, and it would be Bill's Bad Religion, NoFX, the Grimm, and then I think there was one show that some of the Rancid guys were on it, And then there was a club down in Tijuana that called Iguanas that we all used to play together, and it held like a couple thousand people. And I think we played another show down there. It was Bad Religion, The Grim, and No Effects, and we were all doing it. Yeah. So back to your question before, it's a trip. Yeah, Bad Religion, No Effects are still going strong, and we got to play with most of them, and we all grew up together in the punk scene, and it seems to still be going.
That's right. Okay, so here's my next question, and it leads up right into this. And seriously, I want to know this with all the bands. So, like I said, on the show, I play in a band. I got some shows coming up. For me personally,
what band you in?
I'm in a band called Something Ferocious.
Hell yeah.
We'll
awesome.
We'll do something together.
Definitely.
We should.
Let's
we
do it
should.
for sure.
Well, so here I'll plug a couple shows real quick, and I'll let you guys know. Like, I'm excited because on August 27th we get to open up for Mike Watt and the Second Man, right?
Awesome.
And I'm ecstatic, right? I'm over the
huge.
fucking moon, right? And then on September 8th we're gonna be over at Diego's in Santa Ana. We'll be opening up for the Vibrators. So with that being said, see, like for me,
Get to hang out with Scott Tucker.
yeah, he's the one putting on the show. He's
Scott books us. We love Scott.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So with that being said, see, for me, right, I don't give a shit if I'm playing for 5 people or 5,000. It doesn't matter to me at all. I love sharing the stage with bands that have inspired me or bands I just like, damn, I want to play with you guys, man. I want to share the stage with you guys. With you guys being from the early scene, you guys have already played with No Effects. You guys have already played with this. So are there still bands that you guys get to play with when you guys get booked that you guys get excited for?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you still have that?
I mean, well, let me tell you, one my favorite probably was
All right.
Middle Class.
Middle Class.
I mean, I got to share the stage with Middle Class. So, I mean, that was like one of my all-time favorite bands of all time. So, I mean, yeah, I took the record down. I got every band member to sign the album right then and there.
Hold it up.
And,
Like, we're on YouTube. He brought the record in here, and it is autographed by
yeah,
everybody
it
in Middle
is.
Class.
It's signed and autographed.
That's
I
fucking
mean,
cool as shit, man.
Oh yeah. So I mean, things like that.
That's cool.
And Red Scare. I mean, come on. They were.
That's
I got
that's
that
some
one
old
signed
school
too.
stuff,
Yeah,
Bob.
some of these people have died. Okay,
Can
and
I-
we're still around.
Hey, Bob, can you, hold it a little bit closer to me? There we go.
I think what I want to say, though, is we got back together 2010, and we've had the same lineup since. We've got a new drummer, Micah, who's completely great. Anyways, since we've gotten back together in 2010, we've played big shows that we got to play some big shows when we were kids, but the run that we're on right now has been a lot better than back when we were kids, big show-wise. We got to play the Golden Voice 30-year anniversary at the Santa Monica Civic with Bad Religion and Youth Brigade. We got to play in front of 4,000 people.
Wow.
That was awesome. We played Punk Rock Bowling twice. We got to play one show with Dropkick and Stiff Little Fingers. And then another time in 2014, we played with Poison Idea, which was a club show. It was amazing. We're good friends with the Stearns, so they give us a show every couple of years, which is great. And we just got on another big show that at the end of August, we're playing with Rancid and I think Dropkick Murphys again. And at the It's Not Dead Fest. So
Yeah, I got the flyer. I got the flyer in front of me. I mean, shit. Why don't we tell us to everybody if you and this is in my hometown of San Bernardino. You guys got to come out because listen to this fucking lineup. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. And I'll say this too because I played actually the Vans Warped Tour back in.
Oh yeah.
I played 2001,
Right.
and we got to play with Rancid and Fear. And
And
I
that's when it was
awesome.
really good too.
It was,
Man,
right?
It was really
but
awesome.
The Warped Tour just went to shit,
Yeah,
right? And like the bands now that are on there, and I try to stay positive, but seriously, fuck all these bands. I don't. Oh, these in 30 Seconds to Vampire Weekend, Mars Trip to fuck. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with these bands. But these are the list. Listen to this. Oh my God. All right. The Buzzcocks. The Buzzcocks. I mean. You can just stop right there. The Buzzcocks,
Totally.
Channel 3, The Exploited, GBH, The Grim, and look, you guys are right up there too. Guttermouth, The Interrupters, Kevin Seconds, Love Canal, The Mad Caddies, Me First and the Gimme Gimmies, Murphy's Law, Off, Reagan Youth. Shit, look at this Slaughtering the Dogs. Oh my God.
We played with The Exploited before when we were kids. It was probably one of the most dangerous concerts I've ever played in my life at Fender's Ballroom.
Is that right? What happened?
There was just spit flying everywhere. It was crazy. It was just getting violent in the pit and on stage. It was just a wild show.
People,
but yeah, we got to play with
rafters.
The Exploited, GBH, all the English bands a lot. And the one English band, though, I wanted to tell you guys that really, in the last couple of years, we've got to play with a lot that has really moved and helped our band out a lot is the Subhumans from England.
That's right.
And we've gotten to play in front of some really intense, great crowds with that band. And I'd have to say they're definitely one of my favorite punk bands out there.
I love the Subhumans. Man,
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm so fucking jealous.
We
right
got
now.
to go to Arizona and play with them, and then we came back here in LA and played with them a couple times. Been amazing. Those guys are fantastic.
Love that band.
That is so fucking rad, man.
They bring it.
I'm seriously happy for you guys, man. I mean, it makes me happy hearing this stuff, especially for guys. Again, I'm not trying to be a dick and be like, you guys are old, but
We're old. We know it.
all the older punk bands that we looked up to when we were kids that are older than us, they're still playing too. So we're all old together.
Yeah, exactly. But my point is this: is that Bob and I were talking before we were in the studio, and we were talking about band members, right? And there's always that band cancer, that poisonous guy, that one that always fucks everything up. But the point that I want to make is that throughout the years, the 20 years that I've been playing in bands, I've seen guys come and go, and
right.
I've seen guys that were all super fucking mohawked out and tattooed, and now they're lawyers. I shit you not, and they don't do it anymore. It's the people that you can weed out the people that are fake because they give up. You know what I mean?
Well,
or
check this out.
They kind of hang themselves, right?
That's true. They do. They kind of hang themselves. But I had a buddy of mine named Larry when I was in high school, and we were gonna take over the world. He was a bass player, and right before graduation, his dad sells his amp and sells his bass guitar without asking him, and puts his money in the college account and says, "Hey, man, you don't need to be fucking around with that stuff anymore." And I have never seen the guy since. They have high school reunions and stuff like that. I've never seen him there, and I always wondered, like, come on, man. It was only like a year and a half, 2 years later we put the record out.
Wow.
And I mean, Tim was 15, but I was 19 at the time, a little older than Tim. But you always wonder, like, why do people burn out like that? Just stop and just walk away. I couldn't do that. It would kill me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think for some people it's a phase. You know what I mean? Like, they see the band on stage. They want to be part of that. They want to live the lifestyle, and then when they get into it, they realize this is fucking hard work. It's a pain in the fucking ass.
It's not easy.
Yeah,
and
it's
especially if you don't
life.
have that parental support and they're selling your shit.
Right.
Like,
You play shows and you've got assholes that want you to pay to play. You've got you play shows and you've got guys that are pissed off because there's only 5 people and you've been promoting the shit out of this.
Right.
Back in the day we didn't have social media, and you have to go to Staples and cut and paste all your flyers.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we did.
It's a hard life, and there's not a lot of money in it. But I mean, if your heart's not into it, you're not going to do it. So I'm glad that you guys are doing it. So. I want to say this because we're introducing you guys to the listening audience, and thanks to everybody that's listening all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great thing about this radio station is that we have fans all over the world, and I've already seen some of my friends. I'll always give them shout outs. If you share the event page and the flyers that we made for today's show, like Joy Jet in Texas, Victoria Lynn in New York for sharing this stuff. I'm sure people listening in Europe. This is the Grim. This is one of the best Southern California punk bands of all time. I shit you not. Trust me, I'm Ryan Pena, and I know what I'm talking about. This record that I'm holding in my hand right now, the Grim, the orange vinyl.
Mystic Records.
On Mystic Records, which
Mystic Records, I mean, way back. It was in the movie Pretty in Pink in the background.
That's what I want to get to.
And that was our big, claim to fame. If you ever see that in the movie, from that point on, you'll never be able to get it out of your sight, man. And that's just, every time you watch the movie, you're going to see it.
So, did you hear that, Rachel? Check this out. Not only were they on Rodney on the Rock, they were featured. This record was in
Pretty in Pink,
Pretty in
just
Pink.
in the background, man, just on the shelf in the record store when they're doing their dance. You know what I mean? I remember that.
I remember that.
We just
scene.
got lucky. This guy, came down. He said he was a big time movie guy. And Doug Moody said, well, if you're so big, then here, take a bunch of these records, stick them in your next movie. And that's what the guy did. He just put them on the shelf. And that logo is so big that you can't help but see it. Come on. And so when the movie came out, all our friends were calling us up, telling us, oh, yeah, I saw your record on in this movie. It was like, no way. I mean, it was early product placement, man. That's all I can say.
Right. But I mean, that's an iconic film. I mean, even when I talk to kids nowadays, they're like, you can still hear kids talking about Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, the John Hughes films.
Hughes films.
They're just they're iconic, and you guys got to have your stuff in there, man. Again, dude, look at you guys, man. Just fucking killing it. So hey, let's do this because we're talking a lot. Let's play some more music, okay? We're gonna play some more old school Grimm for you before we do the Kaotic Radio premiere of the new 7-inch, which is available now. I have it in my hand. You see this on YouTube. Cop Killer. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this too. Also,
wait, keep it up.
There you go.
There it is.
Also, we have in studio, we have Ron from the Broken Patron Saints. He wasn't expecting to be on the show. Tim, there's another guy here from another punk band. It's all one big punk rock family here at the
awesome.
Radio. So he didn't know that he was going to be.
No, I love this place, though, man. I'm stoked I came down now. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I want to call and tell you guys thanks for. I really appreciate you having me on. I got to get back to work.
All right, cool.
Take care, Timmy.
Well, Tim, we'll let you go as we play No Respect.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling, brother. All right.
All right,
This is
take
No
care. Bye-bye.
Respect by the Grimm. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on chaoticradio.com.
Want something, my friend? Really fuck that station. Be the first to point the finger. Be the last to pull the trigger. You gotta deserve the furnace rain. From God's liberty. I guess I do that. You're respect. You're respect. You gotta deserve furnace rain. From God's liberty. I guess that's the bad. Want something, my friend? Really fuck that mission. Be the first to point the finger. Be the last to pull the trigger. You gotta deserve furnace waste. Those out nobody. I guess that's the bad. You're respect. You're respect. You deserve furnace race. Those out nobody. I guess that's the bad. Fuck something, my friend. Really fuck that station. Be the first to point the finger. Be the last to pull the trigger.
Glue Gun on the Black Lung Show. You're listening to the world famous chaoticradio.com. I'm your host, Ryan Pena. I'm joined in studio again with Bob Odie from the Grimm. And hey, I don't know if I asked you this before. How did you guys even pick the name the Grimm?
You know what? We were, I don't know, we were just tossing a bunch of different names around. One guy wanted to call it Dangling Fury. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, we were kicking names around, and our drummer at the time had, on a peachy folder, had drawn a logo, and he wrote "Getting Revenge" in hyphen America, and it was like, all right, sounds awesome. Let's do it. And when I heard the name The Grimm, I was always thinking about like starving kids and stuff you see on the news. It was a rough time in the 80s, man. Think about you know what I mean? We all thought we were going to get nuked any minute, so it seemed to fit at the time.
Yeah, and Hollywood didn't even help us out with that either. You know what I mean? They were always
scared the hell out of us.
Remember like Rocky IV and fucking Red Dawn, you know?
The
Russians were always going to fucking kill us. You know?
We figured they were going to overthrow us at any moment. So it was a grim time.
All right, well that's fitting. And with the name The Grimm, do you ever get anybody coming to your? And this is a stupid question, but I got to ask it. Do you ever get anybody coming because it's such a grim name? Do you ever get like goth kids coming to the show and be like, oh, we're gonna see The Grimm, and then they see like a punk band, like, oh fuck, we got totally tricked.
Nah,
no?
that doesn't really happen. No. But if you know,
that would be hilarious, right?
If you Google it, I mean, all kinds of stuff comes up.
What happened when you Google it, Rachel?
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, she's gonna Google it right now, and we'll see what's happening.
Books and stuff come up that they're like, completely unrelated.
So it had nothing to do with like the Grimm fairy tales or anything?
Yeah, Harry Potter. That's what I was thinking.
Shit.
A bunch of Harry Potter stuff,
That's terrible.
I mean, we had a lot of friends that were death rockers and stuff like that, so we wouldn't be opposed to that.
All right, I'm just saying, it's a trip, and a lot of bands, don't have, anytime I hear a band with the first, right, it's always going to be like the Ramones or this,
right.
Not just like a single The Grimm. Which is really cool. I like the name, and like Rachel was saying, you guys have been on a bunch of flyers. Did you guys break up for a while? Because I mean, I didn't see you guys for a long time.
Oh yeah, I mean we were always on and off. We had a few troubles. I'll just say it, with drugs and things like that along the way, but we seem to pull it together, and but yeah, I mean we've. Been going strong now the last 7 years, 100%.
That's
no
good,
break, you just keep going. So it's been great. Yeah. So right now we've got we're really firing on all four cylinders, so to say.
That's rad.
Yeah.
And you brought a book in with you that you wrote today, right?
Yeah,
now,
we can do a giveaway, by the way, if you'd like.
Yeah.
Because this is the Punk Rock Las Vegas Survival Guide. Okay, beer, bowling, and debauchery, Las Vegas style. So if you're ever going to go to punk rock bowling or you just like Vegas at all, this is the book for you, man. It'll save you a lot of money, show you all the cool places to go. And,
you guys can call in 909-360-8330, and maybe Bob will sign that for you, and
hell yeah.
we'll get it out to you.
I've got a copy of this. He brought this in for me the last time, and it's a great read, and it's funny as hell. There's a lot of great pictures in here. Look at that Black Fag.
Some great bands. I got a chance to promote a bunch of my friends' bands and just kind of
Is any of the Grimm stories in there, or is it just kind of like Vegas oriented?
There's a couple, but it's mostly Vegas oriented. I mean, Las Vegas is an awesome town, and I mean they've just got a killer punk scene there.
Yeah.
So
the book is called The Punk Rock Las Vegas Survival Guide. I have a copy. I've read it. It's great. I love this. We're going to have, if you want to get a copy, call in. Our call-in number is area code 909-360-8330. If you're lucky enough, Bob will autograph it. We're here in Ranch Cucamonga, so if you want to come down to the studio and pick up a copy, we'll give away, I don't know what.
About 6 of them. We got six of them.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
6.
Let's
Look,
make it good.
You get free.
That's a nice number.
You get free. Yeah.
It's very grim.
And again, man, that's awesome that you do that too. I mean, how did you even find the time to decide to write a book?
I don't know.
How did it even come up?
I know I've got ADD, so I don't know how it was going to happen. But my wife and I were driving home from punk rock bowling one year, and we said, we seem to have like 10 times more fun than anybody else. We know all the cool places in town, the free stuff, the way to save money. And, she said, you really ought to write a book about that. I went home and started writing, man. I was just, amped. I just loved it,
That's rad.
And just put it together and, whatever, put it out. And it's available on Amazon if you don't happen to call in time. But yeah, appreciate the support.
Everybody looking on YouTube, because it's gonna be saved too. Make sure to pick up this book. I'm telling you, it's a fun read. It's great. As a musician myself, I can attest to a lot of stuff too. You know, my favorite bar, and let me show you. Check it out. Got the tattoo right there. Check it out, people. The Double Down Saloon,
Hell
the
yeah.
happiest
Yeah.
place on earth.
It
right?
really is a great place, man.
Isn't that
It's a crack up.
it's a great place to play, and I'll tell you guys why. Because when you walk into this bar, first off, you got the jukebox. It's got nothing but just the greatest punk rock music.
That's
in there,
right.
right.
That's right.
And then you've got all the fucking funny signs on the walls. I think my favorite one is like the only rule in this bar is if you puke, you clean it up. I think that's one on the
That's a good
the
rule.
double one. Yeah, it's a good rule, right?
The toilet's covered in stickers. I mean, for 100% covered in stickers.
And then they don't charge anybody. That's what's great. You can just show up there, and there's always punk bands playing from all over the world.
Yeah.
And you show up, they pay the bands, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Even if it's just $50. I mean,
Right.
you just get
You
gas
gotta
money, right? It's such a good environment. You go there and you can hang out, and it's a fun thing. And there's a lot of other venues, that I'm sure that that Bob touches on in the book. But anyway, let's do this. The reason that we have Bob again in studio is because not only is the Grim kicking ass, and they're going to be playing the It's Not Dead Festival in San Bernardino on Saturday, August 27th. Saturday, August 26th, I'm sorry. The Grim have a brand new 7-inch that's available now, and it's called Cop Killer.
Felony Records.
On Felony Records. He's even rocking the shirt. I like that. Look, he's showing it off. Again, I got ADD like a crazy bastard too, brother.
I do too, man. The two of us.
All right, so let's do this. The Felony Records.
Right.
I want to say this about record labels. Tell me if you feel the same way, and Ron too. What do you think? For me, there's certain record labels that will put out music that I will actually listen to just because I have that much respect for the actual label, right?
Yeah.
You've got Hellcat Records from Tim, that puts out great stuff. The Posh Boy, anything that was on Posh Boy, I listened to.
Yeah.
Right. Mystic Records, man. You guys were on Mystic. Mystic was fucking fabulous. I mean, look, he even brought in a Mystic sampler right here, and it coincides even with the stuff that I listen to. I've got another one.
Party Animal.
Doggy Style, Ill Repute, RKO, Dr. No. I'm such a fucking huge Dr. No fan. The Grim, Aggression. I mean, I would hear Mystic Records. I would hear Posh Boy, even Epitaph back in the day. There was these labels that you got lucky to be on. Even Epitaph, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Right? So. How did you guys get hooked up with Mystic?
Man, we were playing at the Cafe de Grand on Dollar Night, and it was like almost every week. It seemed like we were almost the house band there for a while. We got lucky enough to get on a Saturday finally, opening up for GBH.
Wow.
And we were walking across the street and putting these stickers on Mystic's windows. They had these glass doors going up to their studio. We just kept going over there and putting stickers on there. And at the same time, I was mailing him Doug Moody letters because Kilroy had gotten on Mystic Records. And we figured, hey, if Kilroy got on there, man, we could do it too, So we went over there and started putting stickers on there. And I don't know, the next thing I know, they're calling us up and going, hey, don't put those stickers on our windows anymore. Why don't you just come on down and we'll listen to your stuff, And that's what we did. We came down there. Sean and I went down there with my sister's little ghetto blaster and a cassette tape and played him the stuff. And he said, all right, we'll set you up. We'll put you on a compilation. And that's what happened. It started with a Cop compilation, which I got here somewhere. And we recorded Government Man for the Cop compilation for Mystic Records, and we're in the studio, and it's just a crack. We're in the studio recording this, and he comes in and goes, "Hey, I tell you what, guys, just keep going. Record some more songs, and we'll do a mini EP," which I didn't even know what the hell was at the time. We're like, "Yeah, sure." We just kept, and we were, the truth is, when we were in the studio, we didn't really expect anything to happen. Honestly, we were in there just having a blast, eating pizza supplied by the record label, and which we didn't know, but that was pretty much our pay, you know. I mean, I think I made $1 a song as the songwriter, and nobody else in the band got any money at all. But we, we recorded. I really never expected it to go into the record store to see it, in print. I didn't know my mom was going to go down there and buy 4 copies. If I did, I wouldn't have used the F word so much on it, But that's how it happened, I mean, and it's pretty cool being 19 years old and going down to Vinyl Fetish and seeing your records in the store. Pretty exciting, man.
That's
I tell
awesome,
you, like I said, Tim was 15. I was 19, but it was pretty. Those were great times.
Well, dude, I'm so happy, dude, you're here in studio. So again, we are going to give you guys a chance to listen to the brand new 7-inch Cop Killer out from the Grim. I got some questions about this, but I'm glad you guys brought this in, because if you guys listen to the Black Lung Show, you know that I'm a huge fan of vinyl. As Bob is, he brought in his vinyl collection.
Yeah.
Some of my stuff too is in here. We don't have enough time to play.
They got
all
Ill
this.
Repute right here, man. He's got Ill Repute.
Yeah, I've got Ill Repute here.
I mean, come on, this is an awesome album right here, man. You got to play that.
Maybe we'll go out with that. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
okay.
And I know you book them too, man. We got to talk.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about
Absolutely.
your booking stuff too. You got to get them. You got to help me out, man.
Punk Rock Swap Meet, absolutely.
That's
We want
right.
you to come to the Punk Rock Swap Meet on Saturday, July 22nd in Canoga Park.
He's already plugging. We'll get to that. We're gonna do a world premiere here on Kaotic Radio. Rachel, you got me? All right. This is the Grim. This is the brand new 7-inch. This is Cop Killer. You're hearing it for the first time here on the world famous chaoticradio.com. This is the Black Lung Show. Hold on. Follow me. You can see this.
There he goes.
The needle. Drop. Oh, I love that.
World premiere.
Emotional wreck at a loaded deck, an officer of the law. Whisper in the ear, let's make it clear. Now get inside the car. She got a tombstone for a heart. Better hope we never part. Cause if you do, I'm only good on you. Put a bullet right through your heart. She'll stick it in your face. No, she gets off on that. She'll stick it in your face. No, she gets off on that. She'll stick it in your face. No, she gets off on that. She'll stick it in your face. Emotional wreck at a loaded deck, an officer of the law. Whisper in the ear, let's make it clear. Now get inside the car. She got a tombstone for a heart. Better hope we never part. Cause if you do, I'm only good on you. Put a bullet right through your heart. She'll stick it in your face. No, she gets off on that. She'll stick it in your face. No, she gets off on that. She'll stick it in your face. No, she gets off on that. She'll stick it in your face. Emotional wreck at a loaded deck. An officer of the law. Whisper in the ear, let's make it clear. Now get inside the car. She got a tombstone for a heart. Better hope we never part. Cause if you do, pull a gun on you. Put a bullet right through your heart.
That's the Grim. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on chaoticradio.com. That's me with my extraordinary DJ skills, letting the song play a little bit too fucking long.
I think you need extra hands over there.
I probably do. And congratulations to you, Rachel. You know, we've got the reason why Ron's in here. He's picking up his new girlfriend, which is Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. There's a lot of love in the air.
There is a lot of love
you
in the
can
air,
feel
right?
it. You know what I mean?
I didn't ask for all this. No.
You didn't. But that's how it goes. I got a serious question for you. Didn't your mama tell you not to date musicians? What
Right.
the fuck is wrong with you?
I never listened to my mother.
All right.
There you go.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you guys. That's cool, man. And you know, this is all one rock and roll family.
It
You know?
is,
and
man.
Absolutely.
We love that. Ron is in a band called the Broken Patron Saints. I've got their music here, but it's got a different singer, so I don't want to play that for you.
No, please
But
don't.
but Bob, trust me, this guy right now is playing with Larry from Riot Gun.
Awesome.
They're a bunch of great guys. The Broken Patron Saints are going to be coming out with some new stuff, right?
Yeah, we got 6 songs, I believe, recorded without vocals, so we should be putting that together soon. We got a couple shows lined up next month, 2 at the Doll Hut and 1 at the Black Light District.
What are the dates? Go ahead.
The 10th at the Doll Hut, 17th at the Doll Hut, and then the 24th at the Black Light District.
Oh, those are some good shows right there.
Yeah, all Broken Patriot Saints. So it's, I mean, I've played with them a couple times. I did like 5 songs in Vegas, because Riot Gun, we played Evil Pie out there in Vegas last week. Was it last weekend? The weekend Punk Rock Bowling was going on. We played the Evil Pie, and so they always take. It's cool because they knew that I'm new, right? And so they'll take me with Riot Gun. They'll say, "Hey, just sit in the middle of our set, do 5 songs," kind of breaking me in.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to do that out there with them. But these are all Broken Patron Saints shows coming up, so I'm stoked.
Right on.
Oh yeah. What time do those usually start around?
You know, I don't got the time. We usually play about 10, 11. Those are the slots we usually get.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. So, Bob, what do you got coming up, too? Because we were talking about this, too. The punk rock swap meet, besides the It's Not Dead Fest.
Yeah. We got the
Saturday-
Punk Rock Swap Meet on Saturday, July 22nd from 4 to 10 p.m. It's $10 at the door. We got DI, Circle One, The Grim, Dissension, Bro Loaf, Unglued, and the 40 Ouncers. So it's going to be amazing. If you've never been to Punk Rock Swap Meet, it's something else. It's basically a charity event, and we help support underprivileged kids in LA County. Nice. So come on out, do some slamming in the pit, buy some good stuff, and be helping a charity at the same time.
All right. I have a serious question, too.
Sure.
It's been a year since you've been on the show. Why aren't we playing on this thing, man?
Yeah, I think I need to put you on there. And Tim's
I gotta call him out.
Tim
right?
does all the booking, and so you had Tim on the line there. You got to call him back, man, for sure.
It's cool, man. I gotta fuck with you a little bit. Another one Saturday, June 10th.
This is our record release party, man, and it's going to be in East LA, and it's all ages, so that's kind of nice. It's just $5. How can you beat that?
That's awesome. And then you've got Rick Agnew. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, what
He by the way, we're coming out with a full-size album later this summer, and Rick came in the studio, was kind enough to lay down some awesome guitar leads, which that was exciting.
That's rad. And the last time you were in studio, I remember I was out in my garage drinking, and you called me and you're like, "Hey Ryan, I'm in the studio right now with Rick Agnew. You know, could I put him on the phone with you? Do you want him on the show?" I'm like, fuck,
you remember that?
Yeah, dude. Of course I remember that, man. That's Rick Agnew. I mean, shit.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was amazing. So I thank you for that. And so let me say this right now, because this is exactly why I do this show. If you guys are in a band and if you don't suck, email me at theblacklungshow@yahoo.com or email Rachel. Go ahead.
It's Rachel at Kaotic Radio. Rachel is simply Rachel. Chaotic is, of course, with a K.
That's right.
And I want to give two shout outs to two bands that I think are awesome.
Absolutely.
One's called the Sherm Tones. They're from L.A., and we got their CD here if you want to play them at some point. And also our friends in Sorry State. Great band.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely great band.
No, we love that. That's the other thing, too. We're getting to that, man.
Turn your people on to good music, man.
You're getting ahead of me. You're getting ahead of me. We're still promoting you because, look, we still got to talk about June 10th. Saturday, June 10th. It's only $5. The Grimm is playing not only with Rick Agnew, but Circle One. I mean, look at it. And Corrupted Youth. And then the Rockets. And the Rockets are a great band. They played with me at my 40th birthday party.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was my band. It was the Rockets and Symbol 6, and we
Symbol 6, right on.
Love those guys. Love
Hell
those guys.
yeah, from way
and
back.
we had the Dirty Priests. They were playing too. That's another great band. If you guys have to check out the Dirty Priests. We always try to promote everybody. So Bob, if you got any bands, dude, anybody you want to send down here, dude, the door is open. I trust your judgment.
You guys hear that from Sorry State?
That's
Come
right.
on down.
You guys hear that? So anyway, we're running down. We're running out of time here on the show. It always goes quickly. I do have to announce. Let's see. Next week, like I said, I'm not going to be here. I'm flying to Seattle to go see my daughter graduate high school. So there is no show next next Sunday. There's no show. The following week, it's going to be a new thing. And Bob, I want you to come in and be a part of this when we do the next one. Because what we're doing, Ginger, good friend of mine, booking agent. She manager now. She manages the Fok Wolves from San Diego. Great, amazing band. We're going to have members from the Fok Wolves. We're going to have members from the White Demons. We're going to have members from the Trancers. And we're going to do the Rock and Roll State of the Union. So instead of just doing, just the interviews and stuff, it's just going to be a bunch of musicians talking about the scene and just a bunch of fun. And we're going to try to do that on a normal basis. Where
sounds fun. I'd love to be here.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Absolutely.
We're going to have subjects. We don't know what's going to happen. We'll pick subjects out, and we'll all just, voice our opinion about certain things. It'll be a new segment on the show. And then also, so you guys know, my passion, for rock and roll music it's not limited to just that. I'm a big film guy. My friends, and I've actually worked in films for the last 20 years. I've got one of my best friends has got a new movie coming out. The trailer's out on YouTube. We'll plug that later. But he's going to be in here on the 24th. We're going to be talking about his new horror movie that's coming out, and he's got Tobin Bell. Hopefully we get him to call in. Tobin Bell was Jigsaw from the Saw movies. So there's a brand new movie coming out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great bands coming up. We've got Rachel helped me book some shows right now, and Bob, thanks again, my friend.
Absolutely, thank you so much for letting me come on, and I had a great time.
Thanks, brother. Make sure you guys go to shows. Okay, make sure you guys go support your local punk bands. Make sure you guys tell anybody that tells you to sell tickets to play a show to go fuck themselves.
Absolutely.
All right, that's right. Sorry.
Amen.
Yeah, you should have your kids cover your ears.
Too late.
Yeah, I fucked that up. That's how I do this. Anyway, thanks for listening to the show. Make sure if you guys are in a band, you guys know somebody that you want to have here in the studio, just email me, man. This is not my show. This is your show. This is the Black Lung Show. We're for the people. Rachel, take us out with some music. Do you have anything?
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Why don't
All
you
right.
put something on the record player?
Well, I would, but we're going to play something else from the Grimm. How about that? Mannequin Factory. You've been listening to the Black Lung Show on the world-famous chaoticradio.com. Our guest was Bob from the Grimm. And thanks again to Ron from the Broken Patriot Saints for coming in and sitting in with us. All right? You're listening to the Black Lung Show on chaoticradio.com. Here's the Grimm again. Goodbye, you two people.